everyone, welcome to the New School Counselors. This is a channel dedicated to new school counselors and graduate students who are looking for resources and, personal development, anything that they need when you're just starting off as a school counselor. So, with that being said, the video today is how to become a school counselor. So I'll be looking down sometimes to just see my notes so that I can make sure that I'm giving you all the accurate information. So number one, congratulations on finally deciding to switch careers or, continuing on with counseling. Number one, do you need an undergraduate degree in school counseling? No, you do not. You do not need an undergraduate degree in school counseling. However, you do need good grades in order to apply to a master's program of your choice. I got my undergraduate degree in elementary education, and I also have another undergraduate degree in social work. So, with those social work courses, I saw that a lot of them were the same or had the same type of information once I got in the master's program, which didn't require a lot of work out of me, which is always a bonus. So I felt like the information I already knew, so there was no need for me to, study extra hard. I found that I was acing the test in the classes. Do you need a degree in school counseling? The answer is no, you do not need a degree in counseling. You do need a good GPA to apply to a master's program of your choice, guys. So, for example, my undergraduate degree is in social work. My GPA was a 3.8, so I didn't have any problems getting into the program of my choice. Do you need a master's degree in school counseling to become a school counselor? Now, this is state specific. However, I live in Georgia, and yes, you do have to have a master's degree in psychology or school counseling in order to practice as a school counselor in the state of Georgia. Also, you would have to apply for a license. They will not allow you to start working with students or even accept a position unless you have your master's and a license. So you guys, you definitely want to look at your state specifically in order to determine the true answer for you. Number three, do you have to take a graduate entrance exam? Oh, Jesus. This is a great question. Most programs and universities do require an entrance exam. However, if you go to an online school, they do not require an entrance exam. Your GPA will suffice. So in the state of Georgia, if you was going to a brick and mortar school like Georgia State University, yes, you would have to take the GACE. The GACE is also the licensure test, but your score can be lower for the entrance exam, and then for the licensure, the requirement to pass is much higher. How long does it take to get a master's degree in school counseling? Listen, this is a very good question. It took me almost 3 years to get mine because I was working full-time as a social worker for the Division of Family and Children Services. So I decided to take one course at a time. Now, I have classmates that it took 2 years because they took 2 classes at a time and went through their year of practicum and internship really quickly. I had to do mine, and I had to do what worked for me, which I would advise you to do what works for you. If you're single, if you don't have any kids, and you have the time, you can roll through the program and be done within 2 years. But if you're like me and you're a mom of 2, married, I didn't want to miss any moments at all with my kids, and I didn't want it to be stressful. I had an amazing time going through my program, and I feel like I retained a lot of information because I wasn't overworked, I wasn't overstressed. And I got to focus on one course at a time. And your girl graduated with a high GPA, Again, you have to do what works for you, and your girl is all about balance. I mean, that's all I do these days. Not a whole lot of work, not a whole lot of play. Equal. Are there any state exams that school counselors have to take? Yes. I know a lot of states call their exams a praxis or praxis. I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm probably messing it up. In the state of Georgia, you guys, we call it the GACE. And you need to pass this test in order to become a school counselor. So, with that being said, you guys, I have so much study material that I'm going to share with you guys, but I'm going to have it on my website at thenewschoolcounselors.com. You guys can go check it out and subscribe to the blog in order for you to get all the study material that you need. It was very beneficial for me, and I passed my exam on the first go. So you want to check it out. Check it out. All right, the next question is how to apply for your school counseling certificate. In the state of Georgia, you guys, it's all connected. Once you pass your GACE, they're going to send you your license number in the mail, or you can get it on the system after you pass your test. But there's other few steps that they need, which is your transcripts, completion of your program, before they'll issue your actual license or your certificate number. But every state is different. Again, this is going to be state specific. And again, you guys, are going to have to refer you to the World Wide Web. Go check it out. Type it in Google. You'll be able to find it without any issues. I mean, I had to navigate all these things on my own because I didn't know a school counselor. Do you have to be a teacher first before becoming a school counselor? Absolutely not. In the state of Georgia, you do not. I know a lot of places, they did not require that. And I think they've kind of gotten rid of that because not a lot of teachers are trying to become school counselors. They are comfortable where they are, or they go into other leadership roles. So maybe it was difficult to find some school counselors that had teaching background. One of the benefits, though, is if you're a teacher deciding to become a school counselor, and I know it works like that here, is they will account your teaching experience once you are going through the process with your school of your salary, because you've already been working with kids and they consider it to be similar. So you'll get to keep that. Say, for instance, you was teaching for 5 years, instead of you starting at the 0 years or 1 year tier, because here in Georgia, they do not count your internship. It's not included. So you'll have your 5 years, and then after that year around, you go up to 6 as far as your rate of pay. So it is definitely beneficial, but it's not required. Okay, and then to top off that, y'all, a good bonus is you'll be really great at classroom management. And that is what a lot of people who hadn't taught kind of struggle with when they first get into the lesson plans that we have to teach, or the lessons that we have to teach. Which grade level is best to be a school counselor? Okay, this is personal preference, because I love working with small kids. I love small problems, okay? Not saying that I cannot handle dealing with big problems, but I came from the Division of Family and Children Services, where all the problems were huge and it was always a fire that you had to put out. So I was like, I want to continue to working with kids because I love kids, but I wanted something that was more educational. I wanted to be on the good side, not on the you took me from my parents' side. So with that being said, it is all a personal choice. I have friends that went through the program with me who absolutely do not want to deal with small children. And I have some that are just like me, and hello, you want to squeeze their little cute faces and stuff. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so let's move on to the next question. Is the salary of a school counselor enough to live off of? Okay. So again, it just depends what your bills are. I mean, it's comfortable. And I will let you know like what the pay rate is here in Georgia for a school counselor. And I think that it's great. I came from working for the state as a social worker, and the pay was not great. You didn't always get a raise, but to just know that every year you're going to get a raise. It's not dependent upon nobody else, the state's budget, yada, yada. You're going to get your raise. And I'm very excited with it. I'm happy with it. I love it. So there you go. And you can always go out to the school system that you're wanting to teach at, and usually have the pay rate for school counselors. And then you can determine whether that's enough for you, or whether you might want to pursue something else. The last and final question is, what are the professional organizations for school counselors? And you have ASCA, which is the American School Counselor Association. And they're the ones who put out the guidelines for us, the standards, the ethics, like that we should abide by, everything that we need to be great school counselors. You also have to be a member, and I do recommend, if you are a new school counselor or you're going to become one, to join. And then your state will have one, and the only difference is that it's on a state level, and it is the Georgia American School Counselor Association, and you should definitely consider becoming a member of both. You guys, I hope you enjoyed the video and the information was beneficial in helping you decide on whether you want to become a school counselor or not. We've all learned over the last 2 years that life is really short, and don't put off tomorrow what can be done today. With that being said, you guys, I will see you in another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. Bye.